kicking off week 7. Not too shabby. Approaching halfway. It's always nice, a nice little marker. 800 meters in to this 15-week training block. Not quite there, but we're getting there. All right, kicking it off with a zesty. I think it was 40 degrees warmer last week when I did the last long run, 23 miles. That's what we're doing this morning. Trying to get it in before 6 a.m. And we'll see how the body reacts. It's actually not that bad. It's 18 degrees. That's simple cold for all you northerners above the latitude of Colorado. So we're gonna get her done and break down weeks 5 and 6 if I'm counting correctly. I've got the training log over there in the bag, so we'll break it out later. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be zesty. We're gonna get it done. That's what we do. We'll get out turn that doorknob, and the tip of the day, you all know, is to lay out those clothes the night before. And of course, we'll wrap it up with a nice gym session and sauna session. Absolutely today. Oh, nothing like a sauna after a nice 2 to 3 hours out in the frigid temperatures. I'm out the gate a little hot, but I still feel controlled. There's the splits. But first of all, I know the adaptation is happening now as week 6 is in the books. But I also know the reality of my feet being freezing the first 3 miles. So I was just trying to warm up those first 3 miles. But now I'm definitely warmed up. Body feels good. Feet feel good. But I just keep that in mind as you're, training and getting your paces in, is that the cold weather might inspire you to run a little faster than you might like. And that's what just happened in those first 6 miles. But I also know I could have, but it would have hurt real bad the first long run or second long run to run 650 pace. But that's the beauty of training aerobic base, is that your adaptation is gonna happen. Trust the process. Okay, so by mile 11 or 12 in downtown Denver, I will have settled in to that 7-minute pace. Promise. It's coming. The pace will slow down a bit. All right, here we go. There we go. 10 miles to go. Half marathon in. There's the last 3 miles on your screen. We found the pace. Took a hot minute, but we found the pace. We'll get you all the splits here in a little bit. Let's finish this off. 10 miles to go. Woo! Oh yeah, my water bottle froze. Whoops. The license plate on that truck, what are the chances? Just crossed, I think Evans, and it said steady on the license plate. All right, on that license, steady. Love it. Providential right there. Come on.
And we're back. Come on now, everybody. Oh, that was fun. All right, I'll tell you about it here in a second, but I'm warming up, a little freeze. It's like nostalgia time. I'm just, a lot of memories hitting me in the last couple of weeks since I've been filming in the new shed. It just is bringing back nostalgia for the old studio. All right, for all the old veterans of DGR, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm freezing because I'm outside, but I do have a heater at my feet here, but it's not quite doing the job. But the sauna, I just got out of the sauna. I just want to mention it real quick. Usually it takes about 15 minutes to start sweating in a sauna for me. Today it was 20, 25, maybe even 28 minutes before I really even started sweating because I was just so cold, as I mentioned, about mile 6. Yeah, I think it was mile 6 today in the long run. It just took me a little while to warm up, which is maybe why my splits, I wasn't totally pleased, and I'll show you the splits here in a second. I wasn't totally pleased with my splits today. Pretty good, but I started off a little hot because I was just trying to warm my feet up a little bit. So anyway, here we go. I'm gonna put a pin in talking about the previous 2 weeks of training in the half marathon training block. So I think it's like weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I will do that later this week where I analyze and break down for all of you what I've been doing over the previous 2 weeks. I just mentioned right now it's not going to be incredibly exciting because it's been pretty simple training. You know how I train in the progression phase. Peaking at the right time is my goal. And we are today. All right, well, let's break it down. Question of the day, first of all. What is your go-to long run training shoe right now? All right, your go-to and why that shoe, all right? Give us some good analysis down below in the comments if you could. So for me today, it was a nice reminder that I can still run. Because, okay, I love the mountains, I love the altitude, I love the vert, but it is, usually when you're running up a 14,000-foot mountain in Colorado, usually the pace, it can vary between... It can go from 8 minutes a mile to very quickly 13, 14, 15 minutes a mile, all right? Because it's just, depending on the pitch, depending on the altitude. And today, it just was a nice little reminder, 23 miles, there's the splits on your screen. Okay, I can still run sub 7-minute pace and hold it, even though, again, the splits weren't perfect today, trying to warm the feet up at the beginning. But it's like, all right, I can still do this road running racing thing. That's the goal, at least in New Jersey. In case you're a new subscriber, April 13th is the goal, the peak race for this training block. And actually, also, if you don't know what your favorite running shoe is, what is your next, I'm going to narrow it down. What is your next road race? Okay, let us know. Mine is the Jersey City, which is in New Jersey, the Jersey City half marathon on Sunday, April 13th. You better believe we're going to be doing some group runs out there. Definitely one in New Jersey. Maybe a bonus one in Central Park, shall we? Let me know in the comments if you live in New York City, in Manhattan specifically, and we'll try and make a group run happen there. So there's the splits. There's the heart rate. I don't train by heart rate, but for everybody that does train by heart rate, I'll be curious because, well, first of all, the average definitely was higher. I definitely was drinking coffee this morning, so that can kind of bump your heart rate up. But also just the cold and trying to warm up. I'll be curious to see. I haven't even actually looked at the heart rate splits as far as what I was doing per mile. You know me, I'm progressing. So this is long run number 4 of 6 at the 23-mile distance. 4 of 6. So we got 2 to go at the 23-mile distance. And then it's exciting, everybody. I mean, we're making progress. We're gonna get to the threshold training, all right? And so it's coming. It's not here yet. Couple weeks still. Got to be patient. Pull on the reins a little bit, but that'll be that transition period where the volume will start to drop, the speed will start to increase, and the threshold training will begin. So for me, you just got to think about your numbers. For me, I will top out excuse me, at about 6:30 a mile for the long run here in a couple weeks, maybe 6:20s, and then I'll need to drop basically a minute, and I will feel prepared for that because today it was a little reassurance, as I already mentioned, that okay, I can still run fast-ish. I'll go down to the 5:20 to 5:30 range for the threshold training. Sound good? I know I'm going on here. One last, if you're still listening, thank you. I had to pivot. I'm gonna double up for the gym. I went straight into the run. As I'm trying to run under 7-minute pace, I was nervous that I wouldn't hit my pace that I wanted if I went to the gym first. So just being totally transparent, I decided to bump today's leg work to tomorrow. And then I will also go to the gym the next day, so back to back, which I usually don't do. But the next day will just be core work. So I felt like I could do it. After 23 miles at 6:57 a mile for the average, I didn't think my leg, in fact, I just know myself well enough that it wouldn't be as beneficial if I would have gone for the leg work today. They just were tired at the end of the day. I'm still tinkering, and I actually feel very, very good about this because I don't want to skip leg day and detract from the benefit and really honing in and focus. So what I'll do tomorrow, I will do a long run. It'll be 9-minute pace. You guys know me, but I will definitely do the gym work before. I'm gonna go 20 miles. I might even actually go 22 miles, depending on which loop I do, but it's gonna be 9-minute pace. So I will do the gym work beforehand so that my legs are not tired for the gym. Does that make sense? All right, I love you. Onward we go. That's the long run discussion for today. And we just keep going. I think that was day 43. If you're following along on Strava, that was day, I believe, 43 out of 102. So we keep going. We'll toss it to a half marathon training playlist. I think there's at least 10 videos there now. If you want to just kind of see my thoughts and glean, all right. I got some mixed messages in the comments last week. Is it Glean or is it Gleen? I'm still sticking with EAN, I think. All right, right there. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other.